If you sell on Amazon and haven't optimized your product listings for Cosmo, or maybe haven't even heard of Cosmo at all, then you need to watch this video. Otherwise, you'll be missing out on sales. Now let's find out why. Earlier this year, Amazon announced the biggest change ever to how products are discovered and recommended to customers. This new engine is called Cosmo, which stands for Common Sense Knowledge Search. Now, at its core, Cosmo is Amazon's attempt at using AI to sell more products. You might have already seen this in action through their sales chatbot called Rufus. Rufus is the customer-facing part of Cosmo, designed to usher in a new era of shopping. And Amazon has good reason for wanting this change. In a test involving 10% of the US customers, Cosmo increased Amazon sales by 0.7%. Now, that might not sound like much, but when you're Amazon, even a small percentage translates into billions of dollars in additional sales each year. Now, to understand what Cosmo is, how it was built, and how it impacts your business, you could read through all the technical white papers Amazon's data scientists published. Or you can just watch this video, and I'll explain it all to you, along with what exactly you need to do in just a few minutes. Amazon built Cosmo using a combination of AI, similar to ChatGPT, and real people reviewing the AI's output to ensure accuracy. Cosmo's AI was trained by analyzing queries like the one you see on the screen. They scoured through millions of transactions to train the model with one fundamental question at the center of it all. Why did the customer buy this? It was as simple as that. Luckily, Amazon has more e-commerce data than anyone on earth to analyze. By my estimate, they handled about 11.5 billion transactions since their start. The transactions that they examined included search and buy, meaning why did someone search for and buy this product, and bought together. If two products were bought at the same time, why those two? Now, during this process, it became clear that Amazon needed more information. Information about the products people were buying and information about the customers buying them. They finally narrowed it down to a list of 12 relations for every product and 3 for each customer. Now, I'm not sure why Amazon calls these relations, but I think of them as truths or facts about a product or customer. Each one can be determined by answering a simple question about the product or customer. Now, once they realized they had these 15 relations and they were the key to understanding every Amazon purchase, the next step was for Cosmo to answer all 15 relations for every single item in its catalog in order to make the best possible product suggestions to shoppers. Many of these are common sense to us. Flashlights are used to light up dark places. Watches are used to tell time. And picnic blankets, well, they're used for picnics. But just because we understand these details, it doesn't mean Cosmo does. And when it comes to making sales and beating your competition on Amazon, you can't just assume that Cosmo knows. You need to tell it the answer to each of the 15 relations. Now here's the blueprint for doing that. First, go through each of the 15 relations, 12 for your product and 3 for your ideal customer, and make sure you can answer each one. They're not always intuitive, and some overlap or have multiple answers. That's a good thing because it usually means that your product has multiple uses and appeals to different customer types. But unless you thoroughly show Amazon your product's benefits, uses, and ideal customers in a way that Cosmo can understand, you could easily miss out on thousands of dollars in sales that could go to your competitors. Not because they have a better product, but because they took the time to understand Cosmo and give it the vital information that it needs. Now start by addressing each of the 12 product relations. What is your product used for? If it's a towel, it might be used to dry a face. If it's a potato peeler, it's used to peel potatoes. What events could your product be used for? A concert, a football game, or maybe just taking a dog for a walk or going on a bike ride? What audience uses your product? Is it daycare workers, hospital patients, or someone else? What is your product capable of? Can it drill through metal, hold snacks, or provide arch support while running? What is your product used to do? Fix machines, build fences, clean windows, or something else? What else can your product be used as? A watch might also serve as a GPS or fitness tracker. A light bulb could be used to replace burnout lights. What is your product? A lunchbox, a suit, running shoes? What is it exactly? What season or time is it used for? Cold winter nights or rainy days? Where is it used? A kitchen, a bedroom, restaurant? What part of the body? Lotion for the skin or shampoo for maybe dog hair? What else is it used with? Coffee with a coffee maker or mug? Or maybe shoes with socks? Who uses it? cooks, cat owners, or professional chefs. Then consider the 3 customer relations. What are your customers interested in? Herbal medicine, or maybe outdoor adventures? Who is your customer? A pregnant woman? A college student? A pet owner? What does your ideal customer want to do? Play tennis, rock climb, or achieve another goal? Now, once you've answered these 15 questions, your next step is just as critical. Incorporate each answer into your product listing. Now start with your title, your bullet points, and product descriptions. They are the easiest. But don't overlook the power of demonstrating these relations in your images. Most AI tools, including Amazon's Cosmo, can interpret images in real time. So one of the best ways to show Cosmo everything about your product and ideal customer is through visuals. If your watch is also a fitness tracker, show it in use as one. If your blanket works on chilly fall nights and at spring picnics, show both. The same applies to all images and content in your A+ content area. This space lets you demonstrate nearly every aspect of your product. Also, use the back-end attributes, special features, target audience, intended use, subject matter, search terms, and more. These details can be vital for Cosmo to understand all the numerous uses and audiences for your product. And finally, don't forget user-generated content. Many people think that Amazon has no UGC, but it actually does. Customer reviews, videos, and even the Q&A section are valuable sources for Cosmo. And since most of this comes from your customers, it's some of the most relevant information Cosmo can use. So don't ignore it, and feel free to encourage customers to share their experiences. By answering all 15 questions Cosmo needs and incorporating those answers throughout your listing, you'll end up with a fully optimized Amazon listing that maximizes both traffic and sales. Now, if this seems a bit overwhelming, we get it. Not only can it be tough to think through every potential relation about your product and customer, but figuring out exactly where to incorporate each one in your listing can be challenging. So to help, we created our own AI tool that not only analyzes your product and determines the answer to all 15 Cosmo relations, but also identifies where to incorporate each answer in your listing with specific examples. To access the tool for free, go to Amazing.com/Cosmo and start optimizing products on Amazon to maximize your traffic and sales. And let us know in the comments if you like this video or have questions. And if you know someone who could benefit, please give it a share. Thanks again, and I can't wait to see how much you grow your sales with what you just learned.